All right, yo guys, the Julian Barboza back with another podcast. All right, guys, we're going to be talking about exes today. And for some couples, this might be an uncomfortable topic. But for me, at least, what's in the past is in the past. It's all part of getting to know each other and building a stronger bond of me and her. And personally, I want to use this podcast to be able to tell stories and experiences and for you guys to also hear them as well. And last thing, I feel like it's good to know people's past, to know what they went through. You know what I'm saying? People also change, but it's good to know what they've went through in life. If y'all haven't yet, go watch the other podcast. It was like our first ever podcast. It was me, Mark, JR, and Rosa. And we're just talking about a bunch of relationship stuff. And one of the topics that came up was Rosa's ex. And I said we're going to save that topic for another podcast. And that is this podcast. I feel like I've been talking a lot. I want you to talk too, okay?
Yeah, I'm a little nervous.
Why are you nervous?
Because I feel like I haven't talked about this topic in a long time.
I know, but like this used to be like your, not number one, but like you would talk about this a lot.
Yeah, I used to make jokes about it on TikTok.
For real, like what would you say?
Just like I would find audios and I would like post funny stuff about like the situation.
About baby daddies?
Yeah.
Do you think a lot of girls like relate to like baby daddy drama? Like
honestly, whenever I made the first TikTok, it was like I was joking about being a stepmom, and a lot of girls actually like relate to like their exes being baby daddies or like finding out that their boyfriends are baby daddies.
They didn't know that their current man has another kid with another woman.
Yeah, basically.
I'm actually curious, like, can you elaborate a little bit about the whole, like, just your opinion about baby daddies and like, so like, is it bad to have like a kid?
Honestly, I just think it comes down to like your values and like, you know.
Okay, so would you have dated me if I had a kid already?
No.
Why?
Because it just comes down to me not wanting to be with a guy that already has a family, you know, like I want to start my own family.
But he's a single dad, like he doesn't have a family already.
Yeah, but he has someone, like he put a baby in someone, so I wouldn't want, like I want to be the first for someone, you know.
Damn. So okay, I could see that. That's like.
Why do you have a kid? Why are you staying silent?
No, I don't have a kid.
All right.
No, I haven't had any accidents, none of that. You don't gotta worry about me, sweetheart, okay?
All right, you don't gotta worry about me either.
So you wouldn't have dated me if I already have a kid?
No, I wouldn't.
Damn, what if like, I mean, we're together, so like, damn, really, like, what, I mean, is there a deeper reason? I want to dig a little deeper, like why?
I wouldn't even have gotten together with you if I knew that you had a kid. And if we like...
Okay, how about this? What if I did have a kid right now and you did not know?
Well, like if you were about to have a kid?
No, like I already had one. Wait, does it matter if I'm about to have... Well, I wouldn't...
Yeah,
I wouldn't about to have one, like...
No, but if you had a kid right now, I would literally tell you we cannot be together.
Wait, if I had a kid like he's 2 years old type shit. How old am I? I'm 21. So 2 years ago is what, 19? So like 19, I had a kid.
I would tell you right now, like I'm packing my stuff. I'm finding a new place for myself.
What?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
It's that deep?
Yeah. And then it just comes down to me. Like that's why I
Okay, but like, can you like see the other perspective? Like there's some people that might.
Yeah. That's why I'm only speaking for myself, because I just feel like it comes down to values. Like I said, like
okay, so let's flip it around then. Do you think it's fair if like a girl already has a kid with another guy, like guys should already automatically turn her off?
What do you mean?
Say I got you pregnant, right?
Uh-huh.
This is a hypothetical. This is a hypothetical. This is not real life. I just want to hear her opinion. Say I got you pregnant.
Uh-huh.
And then we split up.
Uh-huh.
And then now you're a single mom. Do you think like, damn, that sucks? Like it's going to be harder for you to find a partner? Like,
yeah, I think it would be harder for me to find someone.
And do you think that's like fair? Like every guy should just write you off because you already have another kid from another guy?
No, because like I keep saying, it comes down to values. Like some guys don't care, you know?
You're right. I'm just curious. I'm poking around. I just want to see how deep your values go, you know?
Yeah.
Somebody has a baby. It's a deal breaker for you.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Me personally, I mean, can I give my opinion now?
Yeah.
You gotta like kind of interview me too about my opinions.
Yeah.
And stuff,
I know. That's what I was about to ask you, but you know,
okay, just take the charge. You know, just do it.
But would you be with a woman who already has a kid?
So respectfully, yes, I would. And why you make that face?
Because you don't even like Milo.
I know, but that's a dog. A dog can't talk. Like,
so would you treat
and Milo only likes you? Like, we're talking about kids. We're not talking about dogs here. There's two different things. Like,
but okay, right. But sometimes kids annoy you. Like that's
okay.
just...
But dogs and kids are two different things. You cannot compare dogs and kids. They're not the same thing at all.
Okay, so you would be with a woman who has a kid, and would you treat the child like your own kid?
Let me tell you a story real quick, and then you might be able to understand. Because to me, like, oh, why are you like? First, you made that face, and then you're kind of like comparing it to dogs. So look, let me put something in perspective, right? Your mom. I don't even want to use your mom. We'll use my mom. My mom, she had 3 kids, and I've seen her struggle and go through the journey of trying to find another partner for her later on down in life. We've been in that position where we've met some, her still trying to find her partner in life, and we've had to meet those guys and get used to them, and then not getting comfortable with them for a couple years, and then them leaving the picture. And I see it, everybody's human. I feel like everybody should have that significant other. I don't know, that's where it really hits me. Like, I've seen my mom struggle with that, so I would not want a woman. I'm just speaking hypothetically, like, okay, I would not downplay a woman just because she has another kid with another guy, just because I've seen what my mom gone through, and your mom too. Like, she's been remarried or not remarried, but
she never got married.
Okay, my bad.
Oh, but the same thing with me. Like, my mom has, I don't want to put my mom's business out there. I think everybody knows, but me and my siblings have different dads, right? Mm-hmm. But like, my mom's experience has, like, every time that she got like a new partner, it was always bad. It was something that like involved us, like. Wait,
what do you mean?
Like, one of my mom's partners wanted to try something with my sister. Mm-hmm. So that's what I mean by.
So
like,
every time the situation went bad, it had to include something that with the kids.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
So it was always the kids though. There was never another reason like alcohol or like another reason they stopped.
Yeah. Like, my dad, that was one of the partners, right? One of the partners, and I was already like 8 with that partner that wanted to try something with my sister. Like, my dad and my sister's dad, I think they both were alcoholics, so they would kind of.
Not a good partner.
Yeah, not a good partner.
Yeah, makes sense.
But back to the question, would you treat like the child as your own?
Yes, I would. I freaking love kids, bro. I feel like I don't speak about this enough, but I didn't have a dad. That's another thing. I never had, like, you at least like know your dad, talk to you don't really talk to him, but like my mom has always been my dad.
Yeah,
like she played both roles.
Too.
Obviously she does the best she can, but I feel like at least you can kind of at least see your dad, and you have more memories with him. For me at least, I haven't really, maybe my mom will talk about this, my whole life story, but basically I was born in El Paso, Texas. We left when I was 2 years old. My mom did that to leave my dad because they were in a bad, abusive, toxic relationship. Like I said, I haven't had a dad. So when I do have a kid, and if I did decide to say you had a kid, right, I would treat that kid like mine, even though I would want to be, this is a deep topic.
You would want to be a father figure?
I would want to be a good father figure for somebody that I'm going to be around, care for. Obviously, if you're with them, you also have to provide for them. You know what I'm saying? That's another mouth you have to feed. That's another human being, at the end of the day. Like, even if her little cousin wanted to come live with us and...
Yeah, I just think I've heard a lot of stories where, like, stepdads don't treat, like, the mom's kids as their own, and they, like, kind of mistreat them. That's why I kind of don't want that for myself. Like, I don't want to have a kid and then...
And I also think it's a process, too, because some kids, they might be, like, resentful, like, you're not my real dad.
Yeah,
or you're not my dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, like, where they don't be listening to them and shit. And even me, I know when we were little, like, we were bad kids to the other people that my mom would bring around and stuff. But a lot of them were good, and we would get along with them. Like me, I knew what it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously my mom's still human, wants to find a partner. But
I never saw that with my mom. Like, we never actually had a stepdad that I could call like a father figure,
Yeah. And what was I gonna say? I think it goes back to, like, the mom is human and she needs to find her partner too. I would want her to be happy, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think that's just something that I wouldn't want for myself. Like, I would want to fall in love with someone and marry that person and then have kids. Like, I don't want to have that thought, like we separate, right? And we have a kid, and then I have to find someone else, and then that person, he doesn't treat my kids as his own and, like, mistreats my kids and stuff. Like, I think that's one of my biggest
want a partner? Wouldn't that be one of your requirements? What are your things? I want you to treat my kid like, if you're gonna be with them, obviously you're with the relationship, that should be a requirement. At least for me, I'm seeing it like that should be a requirement that you have to treat my kids. They don't have to be yours, but at least treat them to a certain degree.
I feel like it would be more like super complicated though. Like, I wouldn't want to introduce my kids right away when we start dating.
That never happened. Like, I'm saying, for at least my scenario, like, my mom would wait a while before we would ever meet somebody.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that for me though. Like that, and then it just comes down to like values and stuff.
Yeah, well, to answer your question, sorry, I got a little tangent. Yes, I would treat a kid like my own, even if they wouldn't accept me. I feel like I've been seeing movies and shit, but like eventually the kid, you know what I'm saying? Like it might be 10 years later and they'd be like, yeah, Gerald, you were a really good stepdad. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. Like, I just feel like kids are kids, you know? Like, at least, I don't know. I like kids. I do. And I know even whenever my mom was having Gian, like I was very like skeptical because like I just feel like, damn, kids are scary too because like you don't.
A lot of work.
Exactly. But I think I would love kids, especially my own. I'm not scared to have kids, but like when I do have kids, I'm going to take it very, very serious. Very serious. Like you already know how serious I am with like everything else. Yeah. Work. Like I feel like for me, it's either, there's no in between. It's either I'm very serious or I'm joking around a lot. Like there's no, so I feel like when I do that, like I'd treat that shit like I gotta be perfect. But yeah. So before we get into the whole baby daddy story, I mean, I guess we can just jump into the story if you want to.
I'm a little nervous because I haven't talked about this in a very long time.
For real? And like, let's talk about this. Like, why is it so impactful to you? Because I feel like this is part of like your brand, like your story. Like, I'm not going to say that it's affected. Would you say like that experience is like traumatic to you? And like,
yeah, I would say it. And I feel like that relationship is really like the big cause why I started having like trust issues because I felt betrayed, you know, like, but I don't know. I think I'm just nervous because I really haven't talked about it in a long time. And especially with you, like, I feel like I've only brought it up to you about 2 times. I don't know.
And you know, I think that's something that I kind of like maybe because like in the beginning we would have like, I wouldn't say trust issues, but we just had issues, you know, in the beginning. And I feel like, do you think maybe looking back now, if we would have talked about that situation a little more, so, you know, I have more rapport and understanding, like things could have been a little easier? I
don't think so. I think really like what kind of healed me was time, like just getting over it and like the whole healing process kind of. I just think it was time.
Do you think it's bad to be talking about exes?
I don't think so. I think it's like you said, it's a healthy thing to talk about, to learn about each other's past.
Okay, but you say that. I just feel like it's a very touchy subject and you got to be like open and aware and like don't hit certain things. So I feel like, at least for me, like talking about exes can be good and bad. I want to go through over why they can be good and bad because maybe somebody might do this with their current partner. Yeah. But okay, so why do you think it's good?
I think it's good to learn about what your partner has been through and like what they're scared might happen in the new relationship, like with y'all. And I just think it's healthy to talk about what you've been through.
And do you think like there's boundaries or things you should not talk about or like?
Honestly, I mean, if you're completely over them, like I don't really see like the problem in like talking about them.
But okay, so I want to go on the bad side and I put this in my notes because I didn't want to forget. But like, why is it bad to be talking about exes and past relationships? And the number one thing I think why is like, one, they might use it against you in your current relationship. Or comparing. Yeah,
I was about to say, as a girl, I think the biggest thing would be like comparing yourself.
Elaborate.
As a girl, I feel like you compare yourself a lot to other girls. I'm an overthinker, so like I would feel like I would compare myself to someone that you've had something with in the past. I haven't done that, but I feel like if we did talk about that, that would be like the bad thing.
So do you think you'd be able to like, I mean, I don't have an ex story, okay? That's something I need to clear up too. Like Rosa is my first ever girlfriend, so there's no really me, you know, I can't really be on that side. But do you think like if we did talk about it, it would be hard for you to like for me to talk about my ex?
No, I think we've talked a lot about your past, kind of.
Yeah,
and
a lot of people like to.
And I mean, we've gotten like you've talk to me and I feel like we're very
I'm very open. I like talking about the uncomfortable shit, you know what I'm saying? I like talking about shit that people don't like to talk about.
And it's not uncomfortable for us either. I feel like it's very comfortable whenever we talk about your past.
But I think it's comfortable with this. I might sound egotistical, but like I've got this a lot, like damn, I can talk to you about anything, you know, like you're very open-minded, like, and I just feel like I've heard that over and over and over, and it's just like a pattern that damn, I can talk to you about anything, you know, you're not going to make it awkward, you're not going to judge me. And I don't know, I feel like I like talking about everything.
Yeah, I feel like me and you do have a lot of uncomfortable talks and we always kind of get through them.
And I feel like once you have an uncomfortable talk, then you're able to have more uncomfortable talks. You know, that's how you build comfort with somebody, you know, like breaking down the wall, the barrier, like being able to talk to each other and stuff. Wait, so how many past relationships have you had?
I want to say like official past relationships, only 2.
I feel like I'm interviewing like a girl, like what the fuck? Like this doesn't sound like it's my girlfriend, but
official relationships 2.
So do you think like, and I guess that it goes back to the other podcast, like what did you learn? But obviously you learned a lot from the baby daddy story, so we'll save that. How did you and your ex or baby daddy meet? Now, why do I keep saying your baby daddy?
He's not my baby daddy, first of all.
How did y'all meet? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to gather my intel.
We met through social media, Instagram.
Damn, y'all met through Instagram? Were you popping and shit?
Yeah, that's when I was starting to get like into social media more.
So y'all didn't go to school or none of that?
No.
Damn, okay. I didn't know that. Y'all learning with me.
Yeah.
Opinions on being like still in touch with your ex? For
me, at least, that's considered cheating.
Okay, let me frame it like this. Don't get mad at me, okay? I like playing devil's advocate, okay? I like, seeing people's perspectives about stuff. What if like, and I know this is something that you might, okay, say.
Do not get me mad.
I don't want to get you mad, but I'm just going to be like, say you meet a partner and y'all like in the same friend group, and then y'all split up, because like how that's like a lot of people meet, like y'all. So like I don't know, like what if, I don't really have friends like that here in Houston, like I don't be hanging out with homies and shit, but like what if your ex is in the same friend group, like like is that just you got to cut off your friends for that person, or like I don't know?
I don't think so. I've had he's not my ex, but I've had a guy that I've talked to in the same friend group, and we like remained friends after like we stopped talking.
So you do think it's okay to be friends with your ex, huh? You just
not keep in touch with them if you're in another relationship.
If y'all are in the same friend group, it's okay.
No, I don't think it's okay.
No. But you just said that you were in a friend group and that y'all were still cool.
No, I mean like say me and you, like if I kept in touch with him.
Let's scratch that question. Like, do you think it's still cool to be friends with your ex?
No.
Like, is that something you would do?
No.
Pretend I'm not in the picture. I'm just curious. Like, okay, how about this? Me?
Oh, if I was single, yeah. If I was single,
if you're single, you'll still be friends with them. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So like, I'm not saying we split up, but if we did split up, you'd still be friends with me?
Yeah, I would be friends with you.
I feel like that's something too that sucks. Like, damn, I don't want to be talking about splitting up, but say like you did, like, I just feel like being friends with your ex is such a slippery slope, because like y'all once had a thing, like, and the whole dynamic of a relationship has changed. Like, so
would you still be friends with your exes?
I don't have any exes.
Okay, so me and you split up. Like, would you still be friends? Would you want to be friends with me?
Yes, of course. I feel like I said this in a last podcast.
I feel like we've gone through so much to not stay friends. Together.
But okay, then wow, these hypotheticals are so weird, guys. I'm sorry. Say we broke up, right? Because we're doing hypotheticals. Yeah. And then, so how would you feel if I got with another girl and then she's like, nah, you can't talk to Rosa?
Well, I just think you don't talk to me then, because that's your new partner. Like, I really have nothing to say.
You would, okay. Yeah. I was just curious. All right, so I think we should just get into the ex story now. I'm ready to just go into it. So y'all met on Instagram.
Yes, we met on Instagram.
So this is kind of like the root cause of like your trust issues, would you say?
Yes.
Got it.
So we met through Instagram. I really don't remember how he requested me as a friend, and how like I don't even know how like we started being friends on Instagram, but I do know we met through Instagram. I don't remember how we started talking. I don't know if I slid up on his story or he slid up on my story, but it was one of the two.
It happened.
Yeah. And then we started talking, and I felt like we instantly clicked, and that's how we started like talking. And then the first
wait, how old were you? Like, let's how old were you?
I think I was 14.
So you was a jit.
Yeah.
You was a little ass kid.
Yeah, I was 14.
Like, you ain't even know how to drive yet?
No, I didn't know how to drive.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, I was starting to learn.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But we met when I was 14, and he's a year older than me. He was 15.
Okay.
So
so he had a young ass kid. He had kids young?
No. I'm about to get to that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So then I don't know how long it was. We dated for like 2 months. It was June of 2018, I believe. And then we dated for 2 months, and then we broke up. And I'm going to be real honest. We broke up because I had gone to a quinceañera and I danced with another guy like bachata.
Yo, what the fudge? Rosa, you never told me this.
It was bachata though.
Why'd you dance with the other guy?
It was, to me, it was not cheating.
So you think it's not cheating? Okay, you think it's not cheating if you dance with another guy?
Right now, with us, I would say yes.
What? Why? Well, why did it change? What changed your opinion?
Me and him weren't dating yet. Like, we were just talking those 2 months. So I danced with another guy and...
Wait, so let's make this clear again. Dancing with somebody else would be cheating?
Yes.
Okay.
We broke up and then...
Wait, but y'all weren't dating? Y'all stopped talking?
Yeah, we stopped talking, basically.
Yo, the titles and shit is very like...
Yeah. We considered ourselves dating, but he never like officially asked me to be his girlfriend. So that's why I say dating. Mm-hmm. But during that time, those 2 months that we were together, I was a kid, right? I was still in 8th grade. No, I was about to go to 9th grade. I was about to start high school. And it was during the summer, and I remember I had told my friend, I think she was my best friend at the time. And I had told her, I was like, hey, add him on Snapchat and flirt with him and see if he flirts back. So I was setting him up.
Wait, were y'all together or not?
Yeah, we were together.
And why the fuck did you do that?
Because I wanted to see if he was loyal.
Okay, so you danced with another guy.
No, that was before.
What was before?
Me asking my best friend to set him up.
Wait, the dancing was before?
No, the dancing was after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you think that's right?
What, setting him up?
Yeah.
I mean, at the time, it wasn't a big deal, but now looking at it, I would never do that.
Okay, yeah. I just want to clarify because that's a little crazy.
But so I told my best friend, I was like,
I'm gonna give you a pass because he was like a little kid, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 14. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, God, I want to see if my man's cheating, you know. I get it.
And I feel like everyone used to do that back then too. At least my little circle.
Yeah. Okay, we have to make a not big disclaimer, but I do want to say something. Like, me and Rosa grew up differently, you know what I'm saying? So she like Houston, small school, charter school, me, San Antonio, very big on schools, a lot of kids, we just grew up differently. So I'm just curious.
I went to a very small school, so this girl was also his age.
Okay. Was she like at least pretty? Like, did you get her like a good candidate? I'm still friends with
her. Yeah, she's pretty.
You're still okay, keep going.
So I told her, I was like, add him on Snapchat and set him up, like start flirting with him and this and that. He was like smart. Like, he was like, he had taken a picture before, like when he had read the text on Snapchat, and he saved the picture and he like put a little text that said, I know Rosa's setting me up.
How did he know?
Because he already knew that I was trying to set him up. Like, he was not stupid. So he didn't end up flirting with her. And then he found out that I was setting him up, and he wasn't really mad. So that was like my cue, like, okay, he's loyal, like whatever.
So you did a loyalty test.
Yeah, I did.
Holy shit. All right.
So then we were cool.
Wait, have you ever like tried to do that to me?
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
I mean, I don't know if you admit it if you did, but
I would tell you if I did.
Oh my gosh.
I would tell you if I did, but no, I haven't. I've thought about it, but
what the fuck?
But I haven't.
Okay.
So then we were good, and then by the end of July, that's when I had gone to the quinceañera, and I had actually snuck out that night. And we could save this for another podcast, but that was the night that I got caught sneaking out by my mom. So that night, I danced bachata with a guy, and it was literally just like 30 seconds. And the guy added me on Snapchat, and I added him back, but there was never like no flirting between me and the guy. So we just had each other on Snapchat, and I think the guy was asking me, the guy had asked me if I was like single, and I was like no, and I had saved the messages. And at the time too, like we said, like we grew up very differently. Me and him had each other's passwords on everything. So
for real?
Yeah. So he had my Instagram password, my Snapchat password, everything. Like, we shared passwords.
Right.
So I remember one night he logged into my Snapchat, and he saw the messages, and then the next day I woke up that day, and he was like, oh, we're done, like this and that, like fuck you, like whatever. And then I was like, okay. I was trying to make it up to him, but didn't work, so we broke up, right? And then August hits, and we've been like broken up. We still have each other on Snapchat and stuff, but we're like still broken up. And then in August, I find out that he had been talking to my best friend the whole time that we were together.
Wait, was that the one that you set him up with?
Yeah.
So you set yourself up?
Yeah, basically.
Damn.
And that's why I said in the other podcast, like, don't introduce your friends to your boyfriend.
Damn, man. Okay, I don't want to make no diss or no shots, but you still friends with her after she did that?
Yeah, I am friends. I forgave her.
Wow.
Yeah. But so basically whenever I had set him up and stuff, I had told the girl, I was like, unfriend him. And she never unfriended him. Like, she was the one that kept texting him and like flirting.
So she did it.
Yeah, she did it. And then
he said yes though.
Yeah, he fell into it, and that's how it all started.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So
I would have trust issues after that too.
Yeah, exactly.
And I want to make a disclaimer. This is a story from a long time ago. Rosa was a little ass kid, all right? I don't want to hear no comments, none of that. Oh, no. This is a story, all right? This is a privilege.
And then, so we were broken up for that rest of that year, which was 2018. And then 2019, March, I remember because it was rodeo season, and me and him started talking again. Like I said, we didn't really have a title, so we would call it dating, right? They were still in touch. And I remember me and him still talking, and he still talked to her too. And he didn't tell me. And then one time,
this is your best friend?
Yeah, but I had stopped being friends with her after I found out. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I was
then,
about to say, didn't y'all like, OMG, I'm talking to this new guy? Like,
and then
y'all ain't do none of that?
Yeah, we actually argued. I was like, bro, you're fake as fuck, like this and that. Like, we stopped being friends.
Okay, and then y'all were both talking to the same dude at the same time. How'd you find out that y'all were both
I was about to get into that.
Okay.
So us three, we had each other on Snapchat. I had him on Snapchat and I had her on Snapchat. And one time, it was a Saturday, and at the time my mom was very strict. She would not let me go to quinces, nothing, right? And I don't know how it happened. I think he invited me to a quince, or he told me that he was gonna go to a quince, right? He's from Pearland. And
damn, girl, you're dropping his location and everything.
But that's like relevant, right? He's from Pearland, and he told me he was gonna come to A-Leaf because that's where the quince was at. So he was gonna be close. Mm-hmm. And this girl, the best friend, the girl that she was like,
can we give her a fake name?
Yeah, let's call her Petal.
Petal?
Yeah.
Okay, Petal.
No, let's call her Floor.
Floor?
Yeah.
Damn, that's not even a name. You gave her an object. Okay, Floor.
Okay, so Floor, she
No, you can't call her Floor. Please, we gotta do something else.
Okay, let's call her Yellow.
Can you give her a name?
Cynthia. No, that's
what the fudge? That's my mom's name. I'll come up with the name. Her name is gonna be
Jojo.
Rebecca.
Okay, Rebecca.
I feel like that's like a bot name. Okay. Hey, if your name's Rebecca, I'm not calling you a bot. It's just like it's like a Sims character name.
So Rebecca, she was a big quinceañera girl. Like, she would go out every weekend to quinceañeras, right? And
yo, pause. Do you want to make a disclaimer to her before, like?
Yes, I was about to say her real name.
Holy shit!
If you're watching this, you already know I forgive you for this. I'm just,
Holy fudge! I forgot this is gonna be on the internet. Oh my god, yo, girl, y'all are still cool, right?
Yeah, we're cool.
All right.
Yeah, and I forgave her. There's no bad blood between us. We're actually very close now.
Yeah.
Rebecca, she was a very big quinceañera girl, and this time he had told me, it was a Saturday, he had told me, I'm gonna go to A-Leaf, like there's a quinceañera, and I knew what quinceañera he was talking about because everyone was talking about it. Like, there's this quinceañera that's gonna be in A-Leaf, like everyone is gonna go to it. So I knew he was already going to that quinceañera, and Rebecca was actually in that quinceañera.
Okay. So
I had already had my doubts. And I remember that night, she, to be petty, had added me to her close friends on Snapchat, like her eyes only on Snapchat. And she posted a picture of him and her kissing.
Damn. And what was you thinking at that moment?
And that's how I found out. Whenever I saw it, my heart completely dropped. Like,
you were like punching the air and shit?
I was sick.
Oh my god.
Like,
you got all emo?
Yeah, basically. And then she started posting how she missed him and like this and that, and she like posted stickers of him and this and that, and she was doing it to be petty. Yeah, she was doing it to be petty, and that's how I found out. And I screenshotted it and I sent it to him, and I'm like, you're a piece of shit, like this and that, like. And after that, we stopped talking for the rest of 2019.
Got it.
So then 2020 hits. By the way, me and the girl during that time, that's when we started being friends again. Like, I forgave her.
How do y'all be together? How do y'all be friends? I'm curious.
Okay,
like, again,
so
like, how does that conversation
we started being friends because we started kind of talking about him and how everything kind of, like how it happened.
Did she say, oh, I did this shit to be petty?
No, so she told me that I found out by him that she was the one that kept texting him. So she didn't even tell me, but to be honest, I really didn't care anymore. Like it had happened, whatever.
So you're very big on forgiveness and shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm just curious because like some people can't forgive. I feel like I'm pretty big on forgiveness too. I feel like people do deserve a second chance, but you know.
Yeah, I'm very big on forgiveness.
Can't be too forgiving, you know what I'm saying? You get it taken advantage of.
So then me and her started talking about how it all happened. And actually the way he did it, he was like sneaky. So he had 2 Snapchats. One Snapchat he texted her in, and then the other Snapchat he texted me in. So that's why I never found out about her. Anyway, that's besides the point. 2020 hits, and then it's August of 2020, and me and him started talking again on Instagram. And he actually had me blocked for a long time, and then he unblocked me, and then we started following each other again, and that's how we kind of started talking again. Yeah, so we started texting on Instagram again, and then we kind of was taking it slow in August of 2020. The reason why it was like big for me, like it was a traumatic experience for me, was because he's the first guy that I ever introduced my mom to. He never met him in person. He just...
So over FaceTime?
Yeah.
I get it. You were young. It's big to you at that moment.
And my mom was always also very strict. Like there was a time where my mom didn't let me have guy friends like at all. So me like talking to her about this guy was like a very big thing for me because she was strict on guys. So when I told her about this guy, she was cool about it. She was like, you know what, like just take your time, like get to know him, like this and that. But I had already been known him, you know, I had like ever since 2018, but I told her until 2020. And so she already knew about him. She knew I had a boyfriend, whatever. And I remember like he would always tell me that, like whenever we would get into arguments, he would always tell me, you don't know what the fuck I'm going through, like it's hard for me, like, and I never knew what he was saying. Like honestly, I thought he was like depressed or something.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like I never, and I always, with that girl Rebecca, we would always joke around because we had gotten close, and I had told her that we had gotten back together. And I always told her whenever we had argued, I would always run to her and I would tell her like, hey, like, you know, something is going on with him. And I was like, bitch, let me just find out he's a baby daddy. But we would say it joking, like,
damn, so you manifested that shit.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, or do you think it was like your intuition and you already knew?
No, I don't know. I feel like it could be both. So we got back together, and he would always give me hints like that he was going through something, but he would never actually tell me what he was going through. And I always thought he was like sad, he was going through family problems, something. But he never ever told me. So then we were good. We were always like, we always had arguments like all the time. We had arguments all the time. But we ended up linking up again, and my mom didn't know, but he would always come see me. That was when I was doing my junior year during online. He would come see me during my lunch, which was like an hour. He would drive all the way to Pearland to Houston, and I would sneak out of the house to go see him, and we would just chill in his car.
Nobody snitched on you? Joel?
No.
He wouldn't snitch? Damn.
So,
wait, is that why you have cameras in front of your house now?
Yeah, actually.
What? Okay.
We would just be chilling in his car the whole time. There was like a park in the neighborhood, and we would just go there, like just chill and talk and talk and talk. And, yeah, so basically we would just always have arguments, like, you know. And then November hits, and that month was really like patchy, like it was rough. And that's when at first, like we were having arguments back to back, like every freaking day. So I told him, I was like, bro, just tell me what's going on, like this and that. He was like, no, like, and he would always get mad whenever I asked him. He was like, you don't know what I'm going through, like this and that, like it's hard for me, like this and that. And I was like, I thought that he was cheating on me. Like I thought he was talking to his ex again. So me, an FBI agent, I went to go look for his ex, and I found her. They didn't have nothing on social media, like they didn't follow each other. So I requested her as a friend, and she followed me, and then I started kind of questioning the girl, like trying to be her friend and like kind of
evil. Girls are evil.
I was trying to be her friend, and then like we started talking, and she also knew that I was dating him because I remember I had posted a picture of him and me holding hands in his car, and I'm pretty sure she recognized the car in his hand too. And she was like asking me questions like subtle, like really subtle, like, oh, like I used to date this guy and his name was blah blah blah, like, you know, like. And then, so basically we found out that we had the same, partner. Yeah, partner, but they weren't talking. So I was like, okay, so what is going on with him? Like, I need to know. And then one night, I think it was December 11th of
What time?
2021. I don't know. No, it was already midnight, actually.
Oh my God.
It was midnight.
These FBI skills, man. She probably had like a whole board of the time, the girl's Instagram post, the everything, little screenshots all printed out.
No, I didn't. I had everything on my phone,
Oh
but
my God.
yeah.
Okay.
Then I told him, I was like, I was fed up. I was like, bro, like, if we're gonna keep doing this, like, I don't want to keep arguing. Like, might as well just break up, like, whatever. That's when he was like, all right, I'm gonna tell you what is going on, but you can't tell no one. Like, please don't bring it to social media, like this and that. And then he sent me a whole paragraph, and he was like, oh yeah, like, I have a daughter, like, she's about to be 1. And
Wait, how old were you at this time?
I was about to be 17.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He was like,
So he was 18.
yeah.
Okay.
I have a daughter. She's about to be 1, and I haven't told my mom. He hadn't told his mom that he had a daughter. He still lived with his mom. And so basically that's how I found out. And he obviously also cheated on me with the baby mama.
Wait, so that girl never told you like, yo, we have a kid together?
No.
That's a different girl?
Yeah, that's a different girl.
Damn.
That was and actually,
Yo, I want to make a disclaimer, man. I that man had a lot on his hands. He really was going through. I cannot keep up with all that. Yo, that's too much for me.
Yeah.
That is way too
So
much.
actually, he
3
broke
girls, a baby, this, that, trying to go work, 17. Oh, hell no.
He actually broke up with the girl I had found because he had a kid.
Oh, so she
Didn't know.
tell you? Oh, she didn't know.
She didn't know.
Oh, okay.
So Rebecca is friends with that girl now. And I'm pretty sure Rebecca told her that he had a kid, and that's why he broke up with her, and that's why he broke up with me. And actually, she had texted him. And she was
Who's she?
the ex.
Okay.
But not the baby mama.
Yeah, the other one.
The ex, she had texted him, and she was like,
Wait, did you find out who the baby mama was?
yes,
Sorry for interrupting.
Yes, I did.
Okay,
but that's later on.
Okay.
Yeah. So she had texted him when she found out that he was dating me, and basically he had left her, right? But he never talked to her at the same time that he talked to me. So she thought that he had left her for me, and she had texted him, and she was like, you're a piece of shit. Like, if you wanted to date Rosa, like, you should have just told me, like, this and that, like, you left me for her, blah, blah, blah. But she's irrelevant to this story. Like,
Right. I have a question. So, and I don't want to get off topic. It's just something that's going through my head. Do you think it's better to, like, say that happens, right? That situation happens. Do you think it's better to have peace of mind, out of sight, out of mind, ignorance is bliss? Like, you don't know all the extra stuff that happened behind your back just to move on? Or would you like knowing everything that happened and how you got betrayed?
I think I would like to know everything that happened. And I did ask him everything that happened. That's how I found out he cheated on me.
And do you think like that helps with closure, or do you think that hurts you more?
Honestly, it helps me. It helps me kind of why, like, the question, like, why. Yeah. So I asked him, like,
the only reason I ask is because, like, me, like, damn, like, I feel like the more information you get is just gonna be hurting more and more and more.
It does.
More.
I feel like it does hurt more, but at the same time, it kind of gives you peace, like knowing why this person did what they did. Like, and that's why I asked him, like, because if I never asked him why, I feel like I would always have that question, like, why did he do that? Like, why he never told me?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So he told me that he had a kid. He hadn't told his mom. And then I was like, bro, that was my biggest fear. Like, you cheating on me. And like, like that, I feel like so betrayed. Like, I was heartbroken. And I asked him, like, why did you keep it from me? Like, why did you make me fall in love with you again and then come out with this shit? Like, I feel like it was just, it's not a good thing to do.
So pause. He had that kid, or he made that kid whenever y'all were broken up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he told me that he didn't want to tell me because he liked what we had. So basically he was sad whenever we started talking again in August of 2020, and I kind of like brought happiness back into him. So he was like, I didn't want to lose you. Like, I didn't want to lose what we had. Like, you really brought me happiness, like this and that. And that's why he never told me, like, he didn't want to lose me. But he did cheat on me with the baby mama. So
when y'all were together?
Yeah, when we were together. So I just told him, like, that's
how'd you
so
find
fucked
out?
up.
He told you?
Yeah, I asked him. I was like, so can I ask you something? He was like, yeah. And I was like, did you cheat on me with the baby mama? He was like, well, obviously if I went to go see her to see my kid, like,
what the fuck?
Yeah. So then we stopped talking, and I remember I was super sad for my 17th birthday. Like my 17th birthday, I just cried.
Wait, did you tell your family or anything?
Yeah,
like,
actually, so that happened December 11th. He told me December 11th. And then I saw him for the last time December 14th. And we just talked in his car for like 2 hours, I remember. And I was basically just getting like all the information, like why he did what he did.
Your closure.
Yeah. And then I remember Joel had snitched me out. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Joel had snitched me out to my mom because I had gotten caught with him in the old house, which I think was in, November. I had gotten caught with him. I had sneaked him in the house, and my mom had caught us. And so basically she didn't like him. She didn't want me around him. She wanted me and him to break up, but we never broke up.
Wait, so that was like her first time meeting him?
Yeah.
Wait, so she met him on FaceTime, and then she was like, fuck you, I don't want you in my house?
She met him on FaceTime.
But not in she did meet him in person then?
She met him in person when she caught us in the house.
Damn.
Yeah.
And it was like, no, like, hola, or like.
No, she actually slapped me in front of him because I had sneaked him in. But basically, so my mom, she didn't like him already, right? And then Joel had snitched me out whenever we were talking in the car. We were in front of the house. I didn't want to go nowhere else. We were in front of the house, and we were talking, and I was basically like asking him why he had done what he had done and this and that. And then my mom had called Joel, and then Joel had told her, oh, she's outside talking with this person, right? My mom, I think, had called me, or I think there was something wrong with the restroom that Joel needed me to go inside. And I went inside, and I told him, I was like, all right, so like, this is goodbye. Like, I'm not seeing you ever again. Like, you know? And I went inside, and then my mom called me, and she was like, what were you doing? Like, she was not mad. She was kind of like, you know, what were you doing? And I was like, oh, I was just, cause I had told her December 11th happened, right? And then the next day, I was all sad, and my mom had asked me, she was like, what happened? Like, why are you sad? Like, she could see it.
Right.
And then I was like, oh yeah, like he ended up having a kid, and like it just completely broke me, and like this and that. And she was just trying to give me advice, right? And I had told her, I was like, me and him are gonna, he like wants to come to talk. He was like, all right, like he can come. But I never told her the day that he was gonna come. So then December 14 happened, and then so when she called me, she was like, what were you doing? And I was like, oh, I was talking with this person. And she was like, so what happened? And I was just bawling my eyes out on that phone call. And she was like, you know, this is why I tell you, like, I don't want you just being with anyone. Like, every time that I tell you to, like, be careful who you talk to, like, basically just, you know, everything that she had told me not to do, like, you know, like, she knew that he was a bad person for me.
She knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah.
She been through it.
And so then after December 14th, I never saw him again. And after, like, that whole time, I want to say I completely got over him like 2021 in like May. I want to say like May. Yeah. Like I had stopped completely thinking about him. I didn't like never.
Right.
I didn't even want to search him up on Instagram no more. And actually he blocked me. And actually I don't think he blocked me. I think his baby mama blocked me. But after that, I never got in contact with him anymore. Up until this day, I don't know how the fuck he's doing. Like nothing. And I always have that question, like, I wonder if he ever told his mom, because whenever we were together,
they definitely know.
Yeah.
It's like, do you think he's hiding a kid from his mom?
I don't know. Like, that's how sneaky he was. Like, I really don't know, but
I just think it's a circumstance. Like, he's a kid.
Yeah.
He was a kid at the time, like, going through all that. Like, you really think...
he probably has a job now,
you think he's going to be 18, however old he is now, with a job, a car, and not tell your mom?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I really do not know anything about him. I don't know how he's doing. I don't know if he ever told his mom. Like, I really don't know. Like, I don't know.
So, damn, I feel like there's a whole lot of shit. Okay, I feel like one key thing, like, whenever Rosa told me this story, the one thing that, like, damn, like, what the fuck? So, wait, I don't know if I could say it, but, like, about the nickname.
Say it.
Yeah, to tell him like about the whole nickname story, how like he had a nickname for you, and then why it hurt you so much because he would call you that nickname.
Oh, okay. So he would call me mother of my kid, something like that. Like me ilusionó. I don't know how you say that in English. Like he made me believe that we were actually gonna be something. Like, guys, when I tell y'all, he would like reassure me almost every day, like, yes, I want to marry you, yes, I want a future with you, like, you're gonna be the mother of my kids, like this and that. So I never pictured him like, you know, like, why would he say those things to me if he had a kid already, you know? Like, to me, it's like, wow, you know, like, how could you do that to someone?
So he was calling you the mother of his kids, and then he actually already had a mother of his kids.
Yeah.
Well, damn. Whenever she said it to me aloud, like, damn, that's fucked up. Like, bro, I can't do that shit, bro. Like, that's too, maybe he is some kid. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt that he was young. Okay. But to me,
he was already 18.
18, you're still a kid.
I literally just turned 19.
You think you're grown?
Yes, I think I'm grown.
Because you around me.
At 17, I moved in with you.
Yeah, but
at 17 and 18, he was still living with his mom.
I know, but it's different. It's different. Okay, slow your roll. I'm grown. I moved down. Slow down. Slow down. But when you're 21, you're going to look back to yourself right now. You can be like, damn, I was young and dumb.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, when I look back and I was 18, I was young and dumb.
Yeah.
So that's just my point, you know? But you won't realize it till you're 21, you know?
Yeah.
You're going to look back at this moment and be like, damn. Even now, do you look back at yourself when you was 14?
Yes, I do.
And be
I
like,
look back at, the thing I think that like gets me the most is like, I was so young, like from 14 years old up to like almost 17. Like I spent that whole time like being with him. I mean, like whenever we were like broken up, obviously I was talking to like guys, but like I never dated anyone after him. So like to me, that was like, I wasted a whole 3 years of my life dedicated to him for what, you know, like but
damn, so that is what caused you to have trust issues.
I said it for a long time. I don't say it right now, obviously we're in a relationship, but I always said like guys like they're fucking liars, like, you know, like they're literally look you in your eye and fucking lie straight to your face, you know, like that's, I think to me that's super fucked up, and that's what he did.
Right. Me personally, like I have too much of an open mind to like even like I like in the beginning we would have a lot of issues. Like I didn't know this whole story, but I knew like you had trust issues. Like you would always just, so like when I think about it though, I was like, bro, everybody's different. You know, if somebody kills somebody else, that doesn't mean everybody's like a killer, you know, like obviously everybody's capable of it, but it's just what their morals are. And
that's where I think I kind of look back at our relationship and I'm like, damn, like you really showed me that you're different, you know, like you're not like, and I feel like everybody says it, but you're really not like the rest of the guys, you know, like that I've been with. It kind of took a long time for me to understand that, like, you're not going to do me how these guys did me, you know, like it just took a long time for me to realize that.
Right. I also think too, like just with social media and like what in the beginning, like everybody just thought I was like a player and a playboy and all of that. So like, I feel like that affected how like you having those trust issues plus me being like,
because ever since the beginning that we put like this,
we went on the internet
together, people like
it was just
saying,
like a bro, like if I could go back, like it was just
people just started saying he's gonna cheat on you, and he's cheating on you.
Even still to this day, like even on the TikToks, on the YouTube videos, like yo, Julian's not a good guy. Like literally, I don't think all your people, but I think a lot of people just do not like me, which I get it. I understand, like, you know, girls.
And I just feel like it's girls supporting girls, though. Like,
and that's why I can't be mad about it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just human nature. That's how girls are going to be. But I just think like, damn, like I'm not like and that's kind of why I want to start the podcast, just so people know the real me. You know, and I feel like we had a conversation. Like, I feel like people don't know the real me or have enough, you know, like they don't know how I actually am.
And that's how I feel like too. I always told Julian, like, people don't really know that Julian is freaking smart.
Yes. Like
Julian is so freaking intelligent, like ahead of us. Like we're right here and Julian is all the way over there. Like Julian is super, super smart, book smart, like everything. Like Julian knows a lot.
I think I just like learning. I think that really what it comes down to. Like instead of watching Netflix, like I'll be reading or learning. And for example, the biggest thing that I'm obsessed with, you can ask Mark, you can ask JR, everybody, that like the number one thing that I'm obsessed with right now is AI.
Yeah.
And like everybody knows that if I talk to you, I will talk to you about AI because it's so freaking interesting. It's so crazy. The world is about to change. It's like, it's going to replace everything.
Yeah.
And I feel like nobody, like at least in our community, our age range, like
nobody's talking
about it. And to me, it's like, bro, the world is going to change and like, you're not even going to know what happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like, I don't want to scream like, oh, the world's ending, but it's like, damn, like the world is going to kind of like, it's going to change. You know what I'm saying? Think about like how the world changed from no internet to the internet, or think about life before COVID, after COVID, like that shit changed, you know? And like, it didn't expect, and everybody's like, what the fuck? Like, it just hit him in the face. That's exactly what AI is going to do. I was on Twitter, and AI is already like 3.5 times smarter than it was 3 months ago. So like, it's just getting better and better and better. And they're about to, I keep telling you, I was like, this week
Julian literally talks about this topic every day.
This week, a new version of AI is coming out, and it's like supposed to be super revolutionary and it's smarter than the last AI. So yeah. Anyways, the point is, yes, I feel like a lot of people would come, like a lot of people like calling me and talking to me for like advice and stuff. And I don't know, I just like learning, talking.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people don't know that side of me. They only see like
what we post on the internet.
And I don't know, I feel like maybe that's my bad too for not even posting like, oh, learning about AI or learning about this.
And I think that's also the reason why people call me delusional.
Yeah.
Because I know the real you, but they don't. So I try and defend Julian, and I get called delusional for it. Like, girl, you're just trying to see like the good side in him. But I do know the good side of him, you know? Like,
exactly. So that's why, like, I get the internet hate and all that stuff, but it's like, I also can't sit here and like tell everybody like, oh, yo, I'm this kid that like, I don't, you know, like, I don't know. Maybe we could talk about other topics like that one day. But I've even thought about like, how would I even break open into like that? I just feel like, okay, we have a majority girl audience, you know, a lot of girls watching this, a lot of people follow me. I look at my analytics, it's 80% girls, 20% guys. And maybe it's just, I'm in my head and I don't want to talk about this stuff like, oh, nobody's going to care. Like, girls are not going to watch this, you know, whatever. And maybe I'm just caring about views. And I feel like that's maybe why I haven't talked about those things or posted about that stuff. But I do think like this year I need to show more of me.
Yeah.
And like what I'm interested in. Even then, even if I do share, I feel like a lot of people are not gonna be interested because it's kind of nerdy. Yeah. Like I feel like that's something that I've always kind of like,
and to be honest,
shied away from. Is like when a lot of people meet me, like tells like, damn, Julian, you're smart, or damn, like you're very knowledgeable. And I feel like, do I look like a nerd?
No.
No, you know, so like I feel like I don't give off those vibes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was about to say. Like, it even took me a long time to get used to him being nerdy. Like,
yeah, I think that's what it is. I've always kind of shied away from my nerdy side. Even in like middle school and high school, I was in a STEM program, and it's like it's the regular gen pop, you know what I'm saying, the regular people, and there was STEM. And I think that's why I've always kind of like, if you were in STEM, you were like a nerd, you know, you were like, and even in STEM, we had like a little clique, a little group, and like we were the outcasters. So we were the outcasters in the outcaster. But all the kids in STEM, they're all really good, and like we were kind of like really bad. Like we would try to bend the rules and shit. So like, what can we get away with? So you were like the good,
bad kids.
Yeah. Well, I think if you yes. Because in the regular school that I was in, like that, like they would try to steal people's shoes, fighting and all that shit. Yeah, that didn't happen in STEM. But like we would just try to bend the rules. Like if we were getting pancakes and shit, I would take 10 pancakes. You know what I'm saying? Just to just bend the rules, see how far we can get. And I think too, another thing is like in STEM, we were in high school so we would be in elementary, and then 6th grade to 7th grade we were in middle school, and then 8th grade we would actually go to school at the high school. So I spent high school 5
years.
Yeah, and I don't know.
Wait, so how many years were you in STEM?
Since 6th grade.
6th grade all the way to what grade?
Till like 10th or 11th.
Wow.
I got out because I knew I wasn't going to be like, I didn't want to go to college, any of that shit. And then I kind of started doing social media, and then my mom was like, you need to get a job. And I was like, no. And then I was making money going live on YouNow. I'll get into my life story another day.
Yeah.
But the whole point is, yes, I've always kind of been like a nerd. You know what I'm saying? Learning. But even now, like, I feel like it's cool to know shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Especially like with crypto and like, okay, so in STEM, they had like a slogan, and it's so crazy. I thought this slogan was so corny at the time, but now I look back at it and I think it's true. Like the slogan was ahead of the curve. And I feel like that's true. Like my whole goal when I do stuff and why I learn is because I always want to be ahead. Yeah. Like podcasting, like I feel like I should start podcasting a long time ago.
Yeah. And
like now I feel like I'm at the end, but like even with AI, that's what AI, I want to be ahead of the curve, like before everybody finds out about it, you know? Yeah. I just like being ahead and being aware.
And that's something y'all don't know about Julian.
Yes.
And I think that's where like the whole...
Yeah, people just see me. I'm actually curious, like, what do people view me as? Because like people only see whatever we put on the internet too.
Honestly, exactly.
And I think I don't even
people,
post that much like that anymore. So people are like, they only see like, they can only look at my past, you know? They don't.
Yeah. And I think people do judge you based on your past. That's like the
that's the image they have of me.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe I need like a rebrand, a re-image and shit. Yeah. I think that's what it is. And I feel like that's what the podcast could be. Because like I'm speaking, like this is raw as it gets. You know what I'm saying? You're talking for hours and hours and hours. And if I could throw these clips up and people can like see the real me or talk about interesting
raw as it gets.
Yeah, it says raw as it gets.
Podcast name.
Raw as it gets.
Yeah.
Yo, that's actually something we need to come up with, podcast names.
Yeah.
I'll put that in my notes. I can't right now because we're filming, but there's a cool. There's this YouTuber. His name is Bradley Martin. He has a podcast. It's called Raw Talk. So I don't know, but I'm gonna keep posting this until on my main channel until like I feel like March. I want to do like on here and then I'll make another channel.
Okay.
Just so people can get warmed up. They can know what to expect, and then boom, we'll go on the second channel.
Yeah.
Cause damn, like we talked about a lot, or we talked about your whole ex story. Like, what I guess advice, reflections. Like, what would you tell your kids? Like, what do you think like how it affected us? Like, I want like the resolution.
The whole reason why I broke up with him, obviously, is because I didn't want to be with a guy who already had a family.
So there was no way, like,
no.
Even if he didn't cheat on you,
no way I was gonna stay with him.
Damn.
Like that was the end for us.
What would you
and
do?
You know, one thing that I did learn.
If y'all got married and shit, like, and then he had a kid, would you like divorce him?
Yes.
Damn.
Or I don't know. I mean, we do mature as we grow up, like, you know, and you have different beliefs.
I'm just curious, like, how many people, like, for everybody's different, you know, everybody has different boundaries, values, what they want in a relationship, what they're cool with, what they're not. I just like, for me, I'm very open-minded about kids and shit. So like, I just like picking the brain of somebody else that like.
One thing that I really like I feel like has changed my mind about relationships is like, if you want to be with somebody and like y'all are going through something, like fix it. Like if it's not something super bad, fix it, you know? Like I could be here today and then tomorrow something happens to me, I get in a car crash and then you can't be with me no more, you know? Like, and I think life is super short to not be with someone that you love, you know? Like, because I truly loved him. Like, I really did. Right. So,
but the baby is just a deal breaker.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
so
crazy.
Like,
that's crazy that you say that and then the baby is like, damn, no. I think it goes down to your roots and like your family and your culture and your heritage of like kids and marriage is like very like, that y'all's, like that's, I'm not saying
like
it's
my
not.
My mom, she would always say like, don't be with someone who already has kids. Like, don't. My mom had always told me that, and I think that's where it kind of.
How come? Like, why do you think that she said that?
Honestly, I think just her trying to protect
do you think
me.
Do you think we could get your family on the podcast?
Yeah, but they're only gonna speak Spanish.
Oh my God. Yo.
But yeah,
maybe you'll do a Spanish podcast.
Maybe I will. But that's where it kind of stemmed from. Like, my mom always told me not to get with a guy that already has a family. Like, you're just getting in between. What would you tell your daughter? Family. I would tell my daughter the same thing, to be honest. I wouldn't want the same for my daughter unless, you know. I'm
gonna tell her, if we had a kid, I'm gonna tell her the opposite.
And it just comes down to her, to be honest. If she thinks that she wants to be with a guy who has a family, then
and that's the thing. I feel like that's why being a parent is so tough.
Yeah.
Because like you were taught that, you know, you didn't know the opposite side of it. Like, and whenever I have a kid or we have a kid, whatever, like, it's kind of weird to talk about. Like, you know, what if boom, you're pregnant the next day, you know? So let's just say in the future when we have a kid, like, I feel like I would want to teach the kid, like, tell them both the perspectives and then let them choose.
Yeah, me too. I think that's what I would want to do. Like, I would tell them,
instead of telling them, no, this is what we got to do. Like, I feel like that's very like bad.
And that's why my mom always told me, like, don't get with a guy who already has a family because you're just getting in between his family, like, you know? So I think that's where it kind of stemmed from.
And do you think like that happened to her? Like, I'm trying to follow the root cause of this. So
I honestly do think it happened to my mom before. I don't think
like
she's
she got in the way of a family, or
I don't know. I don't know if it ever happened to her. She's never told me a story like that, but I do know that she always told me never get with a guy who has
that's
a family.
Crazy how it can like follow down the family tree.
Yeah.
Wow. So I mean, we hit all the answers. Kids.
Yeah.
Learn lesson.
Yeah. That's why I'm so big on fixing us.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I truly do love you, and I think our problems are not super big for us.
So you're saying like that's the worst of the worst. So you already been through the worst. So we got to fix everything else.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, it's an interesting perspective.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to say?
No. I think that's it.
That's it. Yo, guys, I feel like me and Rosa keep doing these podcasts every fucking day. We just need topics and shit to talk about.
We've literally like sat down days in the couch and talked for like 2-3 hours about everything. Yes. So I feel like we could do a longer podcast if we really want to.
Do you think we do it every day?
I think we could, yeah.
Even if we look like a little ghetto, little ratchet, like just as long as we get one out, just talk.
Yeah.
Because we're a minute 18. Yeah. I want to do like a long fucking podcast. Like, damn, they was talking for hours type shit. But I want it to be like juicy, you know, like good,
that's what I was about to tell you. I think we should ask them what they want to hear, like what they want us to talk about.
I know I want to do one with my mom, and like she can like. Last time my mom was on TikTok live, like she would like people like there's like 1,000 viewers, and she was just talking about life and shit.
People like your mom actually.
Yeah, and I was like, damn, like
save that for the podcast.
Yeah. So is that it?
Yes, I think that's it.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, leave us topics, comments, stories, anything you want us to talk about. I think I don't have a producer, so I actually saw this on somebody's story. They have producers that come up with shit for them to talk about, like in the podcast. So they're just ready to film. And like, I feel like if it just had like 30 to 50 topics, I'd be good to talk, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I also don't want to be jumping from topic to topic because I do that. I got ADHD. I could talk about freaking everything and anything. So,
and also people don't know that about you, that you got ADHD.
Yeah, that's another people don't know I have ADHD either.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll end it off on that. Let me know what else you guys want to talk about. Adios.
Bye guys.